Tennessee at Florida. This is Saturday college basketball, and it's Marco's best bet. And Marco, we have something else interesting. VR did a video on this game yesterday. So for those out there who haven't watched that yet, you can watch this video, then go to pregame.tv, and you can check out VR's take on this game. Now, one thing right off the go is VR like Tennessee. You like Tennessee, and you're going to talk about that, and it's your best bet. But here's what's interesting. You guys like it for two different reasons, and actually I don't think VR likes it anymore. His reason was he thought this line was going to come out around 9.5, and the line came out.
Line came out on this game at 6.
And we're taping Friday. So his assessment of what the bookmaker and the marketplace thought, he thought there was going to be a lot of value on Tennessee, and there was going to be a premium on Florida. Really, it doesn't look like that, but that's what's interesting. That freezes a value guy like VR in his tracks, but for you, it gets you excited. Explain.
Well, it gets me excited because this comes into the category of trap game, and what got my attention on this game at the beginning, and handicapping, just a quick 101 on handicapping, it's a process where you put your games out, you go through the card, and you have your possible candidates for a pick. This was going to be a play, but the reason this was going to be a play for me, and you guys actually mentioned it in that video yesterday, is Tennessee, to me, even though it's not a player, but this kind of fell into the category of the injured player theory because of Coach Bruce Pearl coming back in the last game. And, you know, everybody was high on them, saying, oh, here comes the coach back, everybody's going to be high. Well, all the bettors got stung, you know, that backed them in that, and they're going to want no parts of Tennessee in this game. And they're going to look at, and this is another little handicapping nugget that I have, I like to call ABC handicapping. And I don't mean the network ABC. This is when there's 3 teams involved in a circle, and one team beat one, and the other team beat the other, and then
all right, so let's do that. You can get all the camera time you want, so you don't need to like try to rush it. You know, you're not on national radio or anything. Relax. All right. So you brought up a point that we attributed to you yesterday, is that injured player theory. So just to repeat that quickly, that's the idea that in the first game that usually a returning starter for the team comes back, but in this case the coach, is the public gets excited, so there's a premium. The other team is on notice. Hey, this team's better than they were. We got to take it seriously. And the team themselves, there's a little bit of a letdown. Hey, we've been carrying the extra load. The Savior's back. What happens oftentimes is that first game is a disappointment, and you often try to fade the team in that spot.
Absolutely, but then all the value reverses in a second.
And in the second spot, let's look at each of the things we talked about. The public's peed because they lost a lot of money, and VR, who is the guy that tracks the wise guy money better than anyone we've got, talked about how Tennessee got a ton of money back in this prior game. So all the losers are mad, all right? Number 2, the team is mad. It's like, wait a minute, we just lost. We better take this seriously. We don't want to lose 2 in a row. And the coach in this case especially is going to be like, come on, you're going to make me look bad. And now the other team says, geez, they're not as good. You know, now the next team, Florida in this case, says, we don't got to get too serious about them. So it's really the complete flip side, and it's really wild how on one side playing them against them is so smart, and then playing on them is so smart. Okay.
Now, going to the second concept, the ABC concept, what I'm talking about there is last Saturday, Florida played host to Kentucky. Florida beat Kentucky. The public saw that, and I talk about handicapping with your eyes. They saw that. Then they saw Tennessee go to Kentucky earlier this week. Bruce Pearl comes back. They see Kentucky throttle Tennessee. Now they're saying, well, my God, if Florida can beat Kentucky and Kentucky can beat Tennessee, then Florida's going to roll over Tennessee. All that said, I can understand why when VR was on the other day, thought the line would come out as high as he did, because that's how, you know, he's reading what everybody's seeing with their eyes. Vegas doesn't.
He's doing the same handicap as you, except in this case, you believe the book did the same handicap and said, wait a minute, Tennessee's much better than this. We're going to put out a number that probably is going to still make Tennessee the right side, but we're going to induce a bunch of Florida action.
And bringing this out at 6, this is what ups this to my best bet. You know, when I saw the number, and again, you know, when you handicap, you don't have the numbers. Once I saw the number, it confirmed all of my thoughts. This is Also, you could classify as a trap game. I'm going with
Because I'm
Tennessee.
thinking about this, and we talked about this on for Wednesday's games. Is you give what about 5 points a home field for a good or home court for a good college team?
Yeah.
So really, what we're saying here is Florida is 1 point better on a neutral.
Right.
Doesn't feel like the public necessarily agrees with that.
No.
All right, so to me, this is such a great game. It's great we had both of you guys talking about it because there really are two fundamental different approaches to line value. One of them is, hey, I'm a wise guy. I'm trusting my number, and whenever the number's 2.5 points off in college basketball, I'm going to play it. If it's 3.5 points, it's the best bet, or some variation of that. You're saying, listen, I trust my general valuations on these teams, but I can read what the bookie wants. The bookie, let's be honest, some of these bookies are some of the sharpest guys in the world. I mean, they're sharp enough to get on the other side of the window. Is if they come out with a number to try to induce action, you better sit up and take notice. And your ability to read that, I think, really is unmatched. 31 years of experience doing it. And to me, this takes VR off the game, but it puts you on the game. Now, what would have happened if this game came out at 9.5?
If this game came out at 9.5, we wouldn't be talking about this game for me on the video.
You wouldn't bet it.
I wouldn't bet it. I know that sounds crazy, and we've talked about that numerous times.
Because the bookie would be saying, hey, listen, we're not necessarily looking for Florida action.
Right.
And you're a market reader. Now, you value play sometimes.
I value play, but it's got to, I have to find a reason. And here, everything that we said all would tilt the scales that Florida looks better than Tennessee on everything we said leading up to this game, yet the number comes short. So whenever that's the contrarian approach to the T, and that lines me up. I actually
a lot of people like to eat vegetables, but you say, I don't want to do that, right?
I eat vegetables. Not many, but I
oh,
eat
come
vegetables.
on. What vegetables?
I like broccoli, asparagus.
Chocolate dipped broccoli.
No.
Like in fondue.
What a guy.
All right, give us your projection.
I'm going to go out on the limb, and I'm going to actually call for the upset. I'm going with Tennessee 73-71. It is my best bet. We're going to try to stay undefeated on the best bets. We're 3-0 in basketball, and we had a great football season. So let's make it Tennessee, and just don't forget we got to give away a coupon.
All right, I'm going to go neutral on this one too. So for the people that didn't watch the first video, I'm going to be giving my opinion of your picks, and then we're going to see if you do better when we agree.
I feel like I'm going into The Godfather, and I got to get the blessing.
No, maybe not. Maybe all the viewers out there are going to be like, well, when
Thank
RJ
God
goes,
RJ
when
doesn't
RJ
like it.
bucks it, that's when I double up. We'll see. Because basketball, let's be honest, that's not my strongest sport.
Okay.
All right, so I'm here to try to be the everyman. I'm the naive guy. Like Margo explained
John
it to
Q.
me.
Public?
I'm John Q. Public, just with slightly bluer eyes. So it's a little different.
Let's give some money away.
All right. So each week I'm going to look out to the main camera. Each week during the basketball season here, from here through, heck, all the way through the NBA Finals, when Marco gives his best bet, not only do you have a chance to make money on that, you're going to have a chance to save some money at pregamepros.com, $10 off, and we're going to do at least once a week. What's this week, Marco?
It pains me, but we have to give them their due. The Packers won the Super Bowl, so this week's coupon, and it'll be good till Wednesday. This thing will be good through Wednesday. Packers 10. Just type in all one word, Packers, and the number 10. You get $10 off.
All right. Now it's your turn to continue the conversation in the comment section with Marco and me. And next up, we're talking a third Saturday college basketball game.
Actually, Sunday.
Oh, whoa. Sunday. We're going to be there Sunday.